Hello and welcome to LifePath's 29th annual Walkathon, themed Why I Walk, Stepping Up and Stepping Out for LifePath. Thank you for being here today for our second virtual version of this event. I'm Carol Foote, Outreach and Development Director for LifePath. Here we are again, comfortable in our own homes, though wishing we could be catching up in person, listening to the Romeos sing and play, enjoying a donut, and walking a route together. Make no mistake, we miss you. For the generosity of sponsors and donors, the dedication of fundraisers, team members, volunteers, and staff, we are so grateful for all the ways you step up and step out for LifePath and those we serve. Your actions put the power of community in our hands to be able to provide the programs, services, and resources we proudly do. At this point, we're going to turn it over to Executive Director Barbara Bodson to talk a little more about what has happened since we were last together.
Thank you, Carol. Hi, everyone, and welcome to LifePath's 29th Walkathon. As Carol describes, it takes the power of a community to bring an event like this to its full reality. The reality of what we at LifePath have been dealing with over this last year has been both inspiring as well as heartbreaking. In this time of COVID, we've had to dramatically adjust our processes and make hard decisions, with health and safety being the highest of our priorities. We've asked more of our staff than ever before, but the result of all this effort is undeniable. We have thrived, and we will continue to prevail. I am so very proud of the work we have accomplished in this past year, and pleased to have this opportunity to have some of that on display in the content that you're about to watch. Staff have found safe and meaningful ways to communicate with consumers and caregivers. Volunteers have provided critical transportation to vaccination and medical appointments. They have made countless calls to offer personal protective equipment, technology support, grocery shopping, and companionship through our Phone Pals program. Our kitchen staff and drivers have been absolutely amazing. They have withstood a multitude of changes to maintain safety and have done so with dedication and grace. We have been flooded with a new fleet of volunteers to support our work. We could not have done what we have done without their committed and courageous contributions. The collaboration with other community and healthcare organizations has enabled us to shine collectively and best serve those most in need. I want to give a tremendous shout out to Carol Foote, our Outreach and Development Director, who once again has stepped up with her creativity and enthusiasm to have the vision for today, for reaching out to our funders and to our teams of dedicated workers to cheer them on as they too step up for LifePath and all those that we serve. And to all of you, thank you for your participation and for your generosity. And finally, my thanks to our Board of Directors for their trust in my leadership and their continued thoughtful and principled governance. I'd now like to invite our Board Chair, Mary Giannetti, to share some remarks. Thanks again to you all. Be well.
Hi, I'm Mary Giannetti, LifePath Board Chair and employee with Haywood Healthcare. I'm so proud to serve on the board and partner with LifePath. For over 45 years, LifePath has been providing support for caregivers, older adults, and persons with disabilities in our community. Services keeping individuals living independently in their homes. Services such as Meals on Wheels that we have grown to expect and always be there when needed. This past year, the COVID pandemic has tested all of our assumptions and norms. The true character of an individual and the culture of an organization comes out when times are hard, and LifePath has shined. Collectively, each staff member has stepped up. They've pivoted the way they do business to make sure vital services continued, and responded to meet the overwhelming needs faced by caregivers and older adults because of the pandemic. Working collaboratively with the councils on aging, our vendors, nursing facilities, and healthcare, LifePath responded by delivering food, distributing PPE. Who even knew what was PPE before COVID came? They assisted with home care, transportation, insurance, money management, and healthcare needs, and provided important information on how to access these services and to calm fears and to console each other. These efforts would not have been possible without the compassionate and thoughtful leadership of Barbara Bodson, LifePath's Executive Director. Barbara has worked tirelessly this past year, keeping the safety of staff and those who serve at the forefront and center of every decision. Thank you, Barbara, for your exemplary leadership. To show my appreciation for what LifePath has done and to support their continued efforts, I'm stepping up for LifePath during this walkathon. And I'm joined by the other board members who would also like to share why they are stepping up for LifePath.
My name is Prudence Blonde, and I live in Greenfield. I step up for LifePath because this organization is a vital part of our community. The programs and services they offer allow elderly people and people with disabilities to live in their homes or community living for as long as possible. I've had family members receive services through LifePath. My grandmother lived alone after my grandfather passed away in 2004. As her health declined, she received Meals on Wheels. She always looked forward to the friendly face of the person kind enough to deliver her meals. She was able to live independently up until her passing. I have a great deal of admiration for the employees at LifePath. They go above and beyond to serve our community, and their work ethic is tremendous. Thank you.
I'm Annette Spiela, and I'm from Shelburne, and I've known LifePath for a long time, both as a professional nurse working at the hospital and then working with them on a grant where we cared for people who were really struggling with life's struggles. All of those years of working with them, I was most impressed with the attitude of always being there, never saying no, saying yes, we'll figure it out, and how many patients and people we served through those years successfully, I might add. People stopped drinking, people got off of drugs, were put in other programs, people that were at the end of their life were served very, very well. So their services touched many, many lives in many different ways. So when I was asked to be on the board, I couldn't think of another answer except for yes. So I did retire, and now I'm on the board, which is a wonderful event as we meet monthly and try to sort through these many, many issues that Mary has mentioned about the COVID pandemic and all of the things that have happened to us. I believe strongly in aging in place. I think the aging process is not an easy one for anyone. And anytime we can provide a service that allows somebody to stay in their home, there can be, nothing better for that particular individual. I've had only a little personal experience from people that I know, but my husband and I both do outreach through our community. And there was one individual who received Meals on Wheels, and she was homebound, completely homebound, and was unable to walk. And she looked forward to her meals every day. And the wonderful gentleman who would come, she had this little dog that she loved dearly. And the person who would come had these little dog biscuits in his pocket and knew exactly when that man was at the door and hounded that man until he was willing to give him the dog biscuits. And she so appreciated that. And at our visits that we made to her weekly, she would mention whatever story she had to tell about those dog biscuits and that wonderful gentleman and the meals, which helped her to stay home independently. Thank you, everybody at LifePath who makes this happen.
This is Henry Estru. I'm one of the newest board members of LifePath. It's been probably about maybe 5 months that I've been on the board. And I've become able to appreciate the work that LifePath does for the community. The work they do for elders, the work they do for people with disabilities, and in their intent of really outreaching diverse communities And it's something very important that's been part of my life as I've been working with minority communities. And this is something that I have a passion for. And I see LifePath's really extending that to see how to bridge social determinants of health and provide the necessary services to those communities. So I'm very appreciative of all the effort that Barbara does, all her staff, and all the board members. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Michelle Delicio. I live in Greenfield. I'm a therapist, and I wanted to be an advocate for services for my LGBTQ community seniors so that they could age in place like other seniors. Thank you. LifePath has been wonderful. It's a great organization. They work really hard for all their clients. Thank you so much for all their work.
My name is Nancy Maynard, and I'm from Whately. I have a unique experience that I worked for a sister aging service access point for 20 years. So I have a good understanding of the backdrop of what it takes to make an agency work and the support that needs to go for the program directors, the people that go out into the field, you know, the work that evolves with programs as they change through the state's initiatives. So when I retired, I wanted to carefully choose where I wanted to place my time and my energy, and LifePath is one of those places. So it's an honor and privilege to be part of the board and work on the development and fundraising. And it's a way that I can continue to do the kinds of things that I really enjoyed in my management roles. But at the end of the day, it's the Ride for Help program that I participate in along with my husband, and we provide rides to LifePath consumers that are in need in this past year of attending critical medical appointments. And so when that person at the end of their ride is able to look at you and smile and say, thank you so much, because you really didn't have to, you know, take me out, you know, and when they looked at what we had to do, we had to put masks on, we had to put dividers in our cars, we had to ride with our windows cracked so that we could provide a safe environment just so that they could get that medical attention that they really needed was important. So we're really glad to support LifePath in that way. Over my years in working in elder care, I learned that a lot of times it's the simplest task that prevent somebody from being able to live independently and remain in their home. And so being able to make that happen for somebody is a real pleasure. And thank you, LifePath, for the resources and services that you offer.
My name is Jim Geisman. I'm a treasurer of LifePath, and this is the first nonprofit board that I've served on. I have been an entrepreneur, consultant to entrepreneurs for a bunch of years, and I enjoy solving business problems, and LifePath has its share of business problems, but working with this wonderful board and Barbara Bodson and our finance director has been a real treat for me. There's a lot of support here, and I think this is, you know, as you can tell from my gray hair, I'm not in my 30s, and I think you know, one of the reasons I participate in these activities and mentoring entrepreneurs is to give back. But I think this is an interesting opportunity to not only give back to the community, but pay it forward so that maybe I can collect on this, because I would like very much to live to a ripe old age and age in place, as I think many people would. Past year or so or more has been very interesting, and it is wonderful to see how resilient LifePath is in facing these challenges and how well management has adapted to them. And to my fellow board members, fellow is in this context, it means men and women. My fellow board members are just wonderful. They're a wonderful group, and I think aside from myself, they're all doing a wonderful job in supporting the organization. And that's why I support it, both with my time and with their money.
Hi, my name is Rachel Brody. I am a geriatrician and I live in Amherst, Mass. I step up for LifePath because it represents all the things that I care about as a geriatrician, which is supporting older adults to live their best lives on their own terms in their own communities. I've always been impressed by LifePath, how they do this work with authenticity, building strong relationships, supporting caregivers, supporting staff and the workforce, and really being deeply integrated into the local communities. And as a geriatrician, I'm well aware that what makes the most difference in people's lives and what matters most is often not medical care, but really the social and community supports at home and the social determinants of health. So I'm delighted to be a part of this team, to be supporting LifePath in this work.
Hi, I'm Peter Wingate. I live in Hadley and I work at Community Action Pioneer Valley in Greenfield. And plain and simple, I step up for LifePath because of the inspiring work done every day by the staff, the volunteers, and my fellow board members. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judy Fong. I live in Leverett. I had the pleasure of working next door or really in the same building with LifePath for probably 18 years. And I worked with them as a social worker for many years. And I joined the board in part because working in the same building and using them as a resource for the many clients that I had then at the Fair and Care Center, I knew how dedicated the staff were and how competent the staff were and how much help they provided to all of the referrals that I made. So it's always been a pleasure for me to work with such a dedicated staff. And the leadership has also just been remarkable to me. Currently, we're so lucky to have Barbara Bodson as the executive at LifePath. She provides just so much leadership and so much dedication. And she has, brought, as everyone has talked about, she's brought the staff through such a challenging year. And in that process has actually move the agency forward in so many ways. The collaboration with so many agencies, with housing organizations, with the Franklin County Board, working on vaccines so hard, figuring out ways to get people to vaccinations, figuring out ways to get people to ride for vaccinations, for home delivered vaccinations. It's just been such a challenging year. So it doesn't surprise me really, based on my long-standing relationship with LifePath, that they have done this, but they've really stepped up in such an important way. Thank you.
Thank you all. And I hope that you will all join us in stepping up and showing your support for these important services that LifePath provides.
Wow! Talk about the varied reasons why people step up for LifePath. How about that for getting to know LifePath's board members who lead this organization that we're all so fond of. Thank you to all of you for stepping up. I'd now like to recognize the sponsors who have stepped up for LifePath in 2021. Greenfield Savings Bank, Greenfield Cooperative Bank, Athol Orange Area Rotary, Beat Fog Nozzle, CompuWorks, Haywood Healthcare, Northfield Mount Herman School, Renaissance Builders, Smith Kelleher Funeral Home, Victory Home Healthcare, Yankee Candle, Athol Savings Bank, Care Central VNA and Hospice, Commonwealth Care Alliance, Franklin First Federal Credit Union, Freedom Credit Union, People's United Bank, Pete's Tire Barns, Raymond Financial Services, the Schuster Group Northern Benefits, Whitty's Funeral Home, Akey Insurance and Blackmer Insurance, Clark's Corvair Parts, Farber and Lindley LLC Attorneys at Law, Liberty Tax Service, My Guardian Angel, Pioneer Hearing Services. Your support truly makes a difference, and we thank each of you for stepping up. fortunate that teams are formed from the many facets of this community. Churches, social organizations, councils on aging, families and friends, and those that stem from LifePath as well. And then there are individual fundraisers who make the magic happen too. Thanks to all of you who are stepping up and stepping out for LifePath. What you'll see next is a compilation from sponsors, donors, fundraisers, walkers, volunteers, and staff members who stepped up to be part of this presentation and thankfully step up regularly for LifePath, like so many of you.
To everyone at LifePath, congratulations on your 29th Walkathon. My guardian angel walks with you and stands by LifePath, literally and virtually. Thank you for all you do for the families and seniors in Franklin County.
Yeah. I'm recording.
Yay, Trevor! Yay, Theo! Yay, Phone Pal! Yay, Carol! Yay, Barbara! Yay, everybody!
I step up for LifePath because I really know all that they do for people and that they're the ones that are there when no one else is there. I worked for LifePath 3 years ago. I was worked for the Meals on Wheels Walkathon, and then, but even before I worked there, many years ago in 2002, my husband and I first heard of LifePath because we found ourselves with a 2.5-year-old daughter, and my father-in-law had a serious health setback, and he lived in Natick at the time. He was caring for my mother-in-law who had dementia, and they both had to come live with us. And we were completely overwhelmed we both worked and we had a small child, and so my husband found out that LifePath had resources for elders, and we were amazed that someone came to our house, a case manager, I think it was Lori Discavich, and sat with us and talked about, the whole situation with our old house and all the different health care issues my father-in-law had, and we really felt like this was a place that had expertise, and they were there when we needed them. And then I was excited to be part of LifePath and work for them, and then at the same time, then I left and the pandemic hit, and I really felt like just to keep my sanity, I needed to have feeling that I was doing something to be part of the solution, and was honored to be able to start volunteering, delivering meals for the PCA program with Mark. And it's been amazing to be going to all these different neighborhoods that I'd never have visited before, seeing the way people live in my community that I wouldn't ever have contact with otherwise. So I'm just very grateful that LifePath is there with their expertise in coordinating these opportunities for us to get out there in the community and do this great work of helping to feed people and care for them and let them live in their homes.
Hi, I'm Mark Devlin, a 2-year volunteer and a first-year program manager for LifePath. I step up for LifePath because I find it personally rewarding and personally awakening. I think I was raised and educated to overvalue independence. Grab your bootstraps, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, do your job, stay in your lane, keep your nose clean, and keep a stiff upper lip. Self-reliance has long been a romantic and appealing ideal for me, but I'm learning to understand it as more myth than reality, and at best, fleeting. LifePath is helping me through experience to realize that dependence isn't such a dirty word. We all need, in fact, I think we all need to be needed. And if that isn't dependence, it's at least interdependence. Barbara and her team have honored me by welcoming me and entrusting me to help others. And I'm having a blast doing just that. Thank you, LifePath.
I enjoy the Walkathon because it sponsors an organization that I really feel strongly about because it helps seniors stay in their homes. And it's a reason for me to take a walk in the fresh air. With this COVID, it's a little bit of community with a few of my friends, and I really enjoy myself.
Okay.
The Warwick Walkers,
Yeah.
and I'm walking for LifePath.
Why We Walk, Stepping Up and Stepping Out for LifePath. In 2016, I got the opportunity to do the Walkathon with my family. It was all 4 generations, and since then I've been volunteering at the Walkathons, and because of the options provided for my great-grandmother, I've been able to do some PCA care for her and spend more time with her.
In 2016, I started working at LifePath. My family went to the Walkathon for the first time. My grandmother, my mother, and my daughter, as well as her friend Brooke. They did face painting, and we all had a great time. We've participated in the Walkathon since then. The best thing that I enjoy about working at LifePath is the ability to provide people with options for the care that they want and need in their home. In 2020, my grandmother had some health issues and she needed to have 24/7 care. The benefit of working for LifePath is I was able to ask the experts about the different options. She chose the PCA program, so now my mother and daughter have the opportunity to get paid to provide some of the care in her home. She now has 24/7 care and is cared for by family. She calls us her nurses. I would encourage anyone who is caring for someone in their home or providing care to someone in their home to reach out to LifePath and see what options may be available for them.
Seen all 4 generations of the day women went to the Walkathon for LifePath. And in 2020, my mother fell ill and she did not want to go to a nursing home. And my daughter Charity works at LifePath, and she gave us all the different options and the programs that were available to allow my mother to stay home so we could take care of her.
The thing I like about LifePath is they give me options so that I can stay in my home and still have my family be my nurse care.
Hi, my name is Janice, and I am part of the Ambling Allies Walkathon team. I so believe in LifePath and all it does for elders, people with disabilities, and their caregivers. I'm very proud to work for LifePath, and I'm excited about this Walkathon. Go Ambling Allies!
Hi, I'm Jen, part of the Ambling Allies Walkathon team. It's important to me to support the good works of LifePath. Go Ambling Allies! Woo!
Hi, my name is Gina Gavoni and I'm supporting the Walkathon.
I support the Walkathon.
Hi, this is Todd Kromack from Liberty Tax in Greenfield, Mass. I'm a firm believer of LifePath and the programs it offers. I step up because the favorite program for me is the Meals on Wheels. I don't want to have seniors feel they need to worry where their next meal is coming from. I also like the idea that they offer so many services in 5 counties of Western Massachusetts. The staff is wonderful, and I just really feel I can't do enough for them.
Hi, I love volunteering for LifePath because I get to meet people in my community, and it's people helping people in my community. Thank you, LifePath.
Hi, I'm Justin.
And I'm Bridget.
And when we want to tell you about why we started working with LifePath. When the pandemic hit and we realized how hard it was going to be for some people to just take care of themselves, we wanted to find a way that we could help out.
So we actually found an ad for LifePath's program in the Greenfield Recorder, or an article about it, and how they were looking for volunteers for their meal delivery program. And we jumped at the chance to volunteer, and the more we've learned about the organization's mission, the more we've been happy to be involved. And we've been helping out with other programs too, like we did grocery delivery over the summer, and now I'm making calls to help sign people up for vaccines, and it's just been really rewarding.
It's really satisfying to know that the stuff that we're doing really does help people out. So thank you for the opportunity, and good luck.
Hey everyone, it's Debbie Mumblow, captain of Team Food Brood. My team consists of my fiance, a couple of friends, and my children and grandchildren who absolutely love the Walkathon and look forward to it every year. I'm here to tell you why our team is stepping out and stepping up for LifePath this year. I started working for LifePath in 2012 and formed a team for the Meals on Wheels Walkathon because my mother used to receive Meals on Wheels, and I remember how she would look forward to her delivery driver coming every day to deliver the meal and have a little chat with her. Now our team is still stepping up and stepping out for LifePath. The stepping out part comes easy to us as most of our team members love walking and hiking. The stepping up part is walking to raise money to help fund many of LifePath's very important programs that serve the community and help many people in need. So the stepping out part is for our personal health and well-being, and the stepping up part is for the health and well-being of the community. One of our team members wrote why she was stepping out and stepping up with a document called Why I Walk. I'm going to sum this up by reading what my daughter Danielle Boyd wrote. Why I walk. I walk to help. I walk to let people know they are not alone. I walk because some can't. I walk for the smiles. I walk to show I care. I walk in hopes that others will join. I walk because one day I may be the one in need. I walk because I love.
Why do I step up for LifePath? Hello, my name is Felicia, and I'm a volunteer with LifePath right now with the Vaccine Access Program. And the reason why I step up is they're so well organized, it makes it easy to help others, and I get to listen and meet new people over the phone, and I even got to meet a few people in person at some vaccine clinics. So it was a great way to help during COVID, and I want to continue with this wonderful organization. The staff that I've met are just all in, and it's a great group. And the people that we get to serve in Franklin County and the hill towns, I'm just so grateful that I can do this.
Hi everyone, it's LifePath Walkathon time. Yay! I brought my sidekick with me. As a nurse with LifePath, I see all the good that goes on with the services that we provide every day for people that are out there. I walk to support and stay connected to my family, friends, and neighbors of my community who are either using services currently, have used them in the past, or may need to use them in the future. So I encourage you to walk with us and support LifePath so that these services will be available to support your community of family, friends, and neighbors, and be part of the good that happens every day.
Daughter Shannon is very social. She's a social activist. She's an environmental engineer, so she cares deeply about the environment, but she also cares deeply about her fellow man. So she tries to volunteer, she tries to donate her time, donate her resources to people who need help. And when you suggested this to me, I thought it was a perfect opportunity for me to get involved and put my money where my mouth is. Or actually my time where my mouth is. So it's been something that I've really gotten a lot of satisfaction out of. I enjoy doing it, and I thank you guys very much for all that you guys do to help the people. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Marsha Stone.
And I'm Norm Hirschfeld.
We've been delivering frozen meals for LifePath for quite a few months, and previous to that, I was the money manager for about 6 years.
And we feel it's a great way to give back to the community, especially in these hard times.
So with all the food insecurity that's going on all over the country, this is a small way that we can all contribute to help people so that they all have nourishing meals. So thank you, LifePath, for all you do in the community, in the Valley. We really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
My name is Melissa Sonier. I am the Home Care Program Director at LifePath, and I step up so that our consumers can have the best quality of life that's possible for them, so they can get their needs met to remain independent in their home for as long as possible. I step up because it's important to me that our consumers receive a hot meal a day if they need that. And I step up to be an advocate and a supporter of those we serve.
I'm the mother of 2 grown children and a high school biology teacher, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, you've got some time. Why don't we give back?" So I grabbed another one of my teacher friends, and we delivered meals multiple times for LifePath over last summer. With each experience, we got together at the end and had the same great feeling and feedback from all these very grateful people that were receiving meals. Can't wait to do it again this summer.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Benjamin of AOTV. It must be spring. It's time for LifePath Walkathon, and we are glad to be with you together as you get ready for this fundraising effort. We're so glad you're here and everyone is joining in. Just like AOTV is the media connection, LifePath helps make the connections for healthcare. Those healthcare connections and service connections are so important to our community, and we are really glad to be part of it for LifePath, their walkathon this week. Glad you're here. We'll be there. AOTV will be there, and so many times it's important to remember those meals that come are the connection to other people. We're on the same path together. LifePath, Meals on Wheels, AOTV, your media connection. Glad to be here.
The Leverett Luncheon Club has walked for years to raise money for the Meals on Wheels program through LifePath and Franklin County Home Care. Our oldest member, Betty Wilson, at 95, put the call out and gathered the troops recently, driving up to the church in front of the Leverett Town Hall in her 1998 Jimmy pickup truck. Awaiting her, I helped to pull the rollator walker she uses and a bag of 11 Walkathon t-shirts out of the truck. The oldest from her collection was dated 2001, the newest 2019. We distributed them using a clothesline with the idea of keeping all 11 people 6 feet apart as we waited to start our virtual walk. All of our seniors present have had their second shots of vaccination against COVID. I am the youngest member of this group at 65 and have been the meal site manager for Leverett the past 12 years. Getting to see everyone was an absolute joy. We miss not meeting at our usual Friday time. I have tried to keep our members together this past year through phone calls, emails, and a Friday virtual lunch through Zoom. But when we had the chance to be part of Betty's team for the 2021 Walkathon, we all jumped at it. Thank you for the group gathering photo opportunity. Carol King of Leverett.
My name is Cheryl, and I volunteer for LifePath. I started volunteering with LifePath at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 when I volunteered for their Phone Pal program. So when the opportunity came up that they needed help with their vaccination program, I stepped up. It's been a wonderful experience. I don't know how many people I helped secure appointments for their vaccinations, but I know I will remember them going forward because of their gratitude, their kindness, and their patience through the whole process. It's just a big boost of making you feel better when you know you've helped someone else. So special thanks to Mark and to Lynn and to all the vaccination volunteers. I highly recommend it. Thank you so much, LifePath.
I got involved with LifePath because I enjoy reading their newspaper, their page in the newspaper, because I think they're a marvelous organization, and I've been looking for something to do in the community.
I'm volunteering through LifePath to give people rides to their COVID shots. I'm doing that because I want as many people to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. And I knew that I had to act to help make that happen and not just hope for that to happen. I'm really grateful to LifePath for using me as a volunteer so that I have a channel for acting.
Hello, I walk for LifePath because this is the most incredible organization I know. 40 plus programs, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. So I walk because I feel I have a responsibility. Right now, I can do this. I have used LifePath before, used Shine, Meals on Wheels after surgery, and who knows, I'm an elder. Someday I may need other things, and LifePath will be there for me. It's a non-profit. Non-profits always are looking for extra money. There's never enough money. So that's why I walk.
I can't say thank you enough to everyone who has put forward effort and participated in LifePath's 29th annual Walkathon this year. Amazing things are happening out there, and we can feel that spirit from you and from those we serve. You allow us to continue the good works that keep people in the place they call home with the support they need. There is so much human kindness among this group. We are all the better for sharing in this purpose and mission together. Please know you are a cherished group of individuals who we recognize as our best supporters and cheerleaders. Your efforts of truly stepping up for LifePath and those we serve are inspiring. Thank you so very much. What? You're still here? Okay, well, I guess we have one more thing that we could show you if you're still hanging out with us. And if some sneaky movie production company could slip in a movie short at the end of their production, why can't we? As a bonus reel, 2 of our staffers put together a movie short to give some insight into why LifePath might be a secret agency. Let's take a look.
Hi, Debbie.
I'm Agent OC, and I'm ready for my secret mission.
Agent OC? Secret mission?
Agent OC, as in office coordinator. I always wanted to be a secret agent, like on that TV show, Get Smart. Agent 86, Maxwell Smart, with his secret shoe phone.
I remember that, but why do you think you're a secret agent?
Well, because we both are. Because we work for a secret agency. You're Agent ADOO, as in Associate Director of Operations.
So you think LifePath is a secret agency? Why?
Yeah, because everybody here speaks in code.
What do you mean we talk in code?
You know, all those letters, like LifePath is an ASAP.
That means that we are Aging Services Access Point. That's no secret.
Well, what about BB is the ED? What's all that about?
That means that Barbara Bodson is our executive director.
Well, what about all those 3-letter codes, like AFC, PCA, SHC, SCO?
Those aren't codes, those are some of the programs at LifePath. AFC is our adult foster care. PCA is our personal care attendant. SHC stands for state home care. And SCO stands for senior care options.
Well, I know one that's definitely a secret code because it has a number.
A number? Which one is that?
It's R4H.
That's our Rise for Health program. Just another one of our LifePath programs that's so helpful.
Well, what about the sneaky little codes that only have 2 letters, like MM or PS or HL or BC? Are you telling me those aren't secret codes?
Nope, those aren't secret codes either. MM is money management. PS is protective services. HL is healthy living. And BC is benefits counseling. These are all great programs that help people in our community.
Well then, what about the ones that have more than 2 or 3 letters? Like, those must be secret. LGBT, ICRC, SHINE, and I know that those people are trying to cover up that they're secret agents because they call themselves SHINE, but I know those letters stand for something.
Well, LGBT is a program for our Rainbow Elders. SHINE does stand for something. It means serving health insurance needs of everyone. And ICRC is our Information Caregiver Resource Center. Those are the people that are very knowledgeable, and they are the ones that direct consumers to all our programs that we just talked about. We have a lot of other programs that don't have any of those so-called secret codes, like our nutrition program, or housing, or our ombuds program. LifePath also has special programs like Age Friendly program and the Companion program.
Well, that's a lot of programs, but I also heard the letters PPE recently. So there has to be some sort of secret surrounding those letters, right?
Nope, no secret at all. That's just another program that provides consumers and caregivers with personal protective equipment, like masks and gloves.
Okay. Well, now I know all about these secret codes and what they mean, so I'm ready for my secret mission, Agent ADOO.
And what's that secret mission that you're talking about?
I'm not sure. Walkathon?
Well, there's no secret about that one either. It's Walkathon, and it is to raise money for LifePath to help fund a lot of the programs that we just talked about, not just Meals on Wheels. But why do you think that's a secret? People form teams and they raise money.
Well, yeah, but I think they're secret too, because have you seen some of the names of those teams? Clogston Cloggers, Ambling Allies, Elm Street Ambulators, Madonna's Angels, Rethermalite, Food Brood. If those aren't secret names, I don't know what are.
There's nothing secret about them. Those are just some of our LifePath teams. People all throughout the community form teams on their own to walk to raise money for LifePath. Everyone is stepping up and stepping out this year.
Well, that sounds like fun. I'm ready. So let's get smart and raise some money for LifePath. Hey, Agent ADOO, you think we've been at LifePath long enough so that maybe Kathy and me can get one of those special shoe phones out at the front desk?
Please donate.
THANKYOU.
Thanks for staying for that little extra bit of fun. You take care, and we'll see you soon. Thanks again.